Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel and yet another new series in the Profit Retriever 4-week review. Basically the review where we are looking at the Profit Retriever EA, not just over a single week of how well it's doing, but actually continues to go 4 weeks back to make sure that we have some good stable results that you can actually copy, that will work for a long period of time, and also basically are more or less free from long time drawdowns in here. That is all what we're going to have a look at today. Obviously, also let's start off with the top 5. The top 5 is also doing quite well this week. It has been a better than expected week on all our 25 EAs we are running currently. So let's see which ones are on top for the week. Now, week 23 for the top 5 EAs actually got US 30 index back on top with $793 or 7.9%. Remember when I told you sometimes that the indexes here, they go, they disappear, and then all of a sudden they come back again with a lot of profits. And this week has certainly shown that this is the case once more. Aussie Japanese, we have seen that one up there for a very long time, and also on the 4-week review on the top 10. Here this week we made $463 or 4.6%, and then the second US 30 number 2 also in here, cashing in a nice $426 or 4.3%. So also very good numbers for the top 3. The other Aussie Japanese number 2 here is also up, still a bit below what the original one did, $384 or 3.8%, still very much approved. And then we see some nice movements also on the British pounds USD. Number 2 signal also here with $344 or 3.4%. Total, if you would have traded those top 5 results for the past week, you would have made $2,411 or 4.8%, and definitely slightly higher, a couple of $100 higher than last week. But again, I guess this is the average for the summertime where things still has to pick up a bit more. Now you can obviously find a lot more details on the Profit Retriever and how well it's doing. As we say, we normally keep 4 weeks of the top 5 results, so you can go and have a look at that. That's what you see on the top pictures of this part. Below we have the last 4 videos, obviously the full range on our YouTube channel, but we have the last 4 videos on the website also, so you can go and compare from week to week how well it is doing. And if you want to know more, you simply scroll down and you find now here also the monthly results for the top 5, give you a bit more broader view of what exactly is happening. And then right under there, you have the Profit Retriever, you have the portfolio overview that we have been trading for more than 500 days now. So it is becoming an extremely good indicator for how good the Profit Retriever is, what it can actually do over long periods of time. And even below that part, we have a little recommendation also in red here on how you should try and trade it, because there is difference between trading the Forex and then up against metal and indexes. They are not the same. And there's even differences within also the brokers themselves. So you got to be careful of those. Now, if you scroll just a bit further down the line here, you will see a lot of different pictures, and that is pictures of the individual Forex, metal and indexes we trade. So that means instead of just watching it in a portfolio, you can now also have a look on the individual part. It has been like that for a long time, and that is basically to fine tune whatever you want to trade. You can go and see how well we have done, what are the drawdowns, what are the positive profits that has been produced over the last many months. But at the end of the day, it's all about the top 10 in this particular video here. So let's jump over to our Excel. Now our Excel has the same setup as we have had now here since we started it all. You can see the number 1 to 10 on the side over here. We have the individual currency pairs, indexes, metals, whatever it is. Then we also have the Expert Forex copy links if you want to copy our service in here. So then you simply follow those links. And then the last week's results, where they were, including also green for when they're moving up, red for when they're moving down from the past week. And then we have week 30 to 33 this time around with a total sum over here, and also set up in a percentage form so you can follow all the details in one go. Now, last week it was Aussie Japanese number 2 signal, 129C. That was on top, and that hasn't really changed. And you can see why. It continues to cash in quite heavily, even though week 33 was absolutely the lowest one of $384. Total sum $3,171 or 31.71 is definitely a very, very strong contender all the time. And it looks like it's going to be difficult to basically move that one for the next couple of weeks. Second Aussie Japanese link is 98C, and that was also number 2 last week, again this particular week, and you can see why. Also, this one here is cashing in quite heavily. It did have a slow week in 31, but after that, again in the last 2 weeks, it has made more than $1,000. Overall total sum $2,298 or 22.99% is definitely also up there where you really want to be and where it's fun to be. Number 3 is the US 30, so link 53C. So this is the US 30 index. And as always, that one is doing quite well. And then it has a bit of a breather for a week or so. You can see that week 31 was on the low side with only $18, but all the other weeks is up there with $257, $371, and $792. Overall, in the last 4 weeks, $1,440 or 14.40%. Also here, extremely strong. Euro New Zealand is link 56C. It was number 3 last week. It had to give away for the US 30 index here, even though it also did okay with $200 in 33. Week 32 was also a bit on the low side, and that meant that it only made $1,251 or 12.52% at the end of the day, but still very, very good profits. Now, if we have a look at number 5, that is British Pounds USD, link 73C. It was number 5 last week. Again, this week, it holds its position. And you can see the cashing in here of 369, 275, 231, 332. Overall, $1,209, 12.09%. Also here, extremely confident every single week on the profit side. And it also closes off the total of the top 5 in here. If we have a look at it, we can see that at the bottom, if we would have traded the top 5 over the past 4 weeks, we would have made $9,371 or 18.74%. Very, very strong one. And it is slightly up from last week's results. Jumping on to number 6, we have Euro USD. That is link 126C. It was number 7 last week. It has moved slightly up here. And again, also this one is cashing in quite regularly, 412, 312, 206, 269. Also here up at the 1200 mark with $1,202 or 12.02%. So definitely not slacking off at all in number 6 position. And the one that it has swapped around with is number 7, Euro Japanese. That was number 6 last week, link 54C. And also here we can see that it has been doing quite well for week 30, 31, and 32. But here in week 33, only made $4.60. And that's the reason why it drops down to number 7 with $1,114 or 11.14%. But still, I'm sure will come back the next couple of weeks and still be in the top 10. Number 8 is New Zealand USD. So that's link 37C. It was number 9 last week, so even though it didn't do anything at all for week 33, it still managed to actually stay up there, and that's because it made more than $300 in week 30. Week 31, it made $332, and then week 32 is $134 or $707 or 7.7%. Number 9 here is the FTSE 100, link 101C. Was number 8 last week. It now moved down to number 9. And this one here has been struggling a bit, as some of the indexes do once in a while. Week 30, it made nothing. Then week 31 is $327, $370 for week 32, and then 8.25 on week 33. So also that one very, very low. But overall, still in the past 4 weeks, it made $706 or 7.06%. So still okay. And then number 10, Aussie New Zealand, link 130C. It was number 10 last week. Again, this week, same position. Week 30 is $210. Week 31, $212. And then week 32, $70, and then back up again with a bit more profit for week 33, $172. Overall, $675 or 6.76%. So also here, not too bad for the number 10 position. Now, if we have a look at week 30, we can see that that made up $4,297 or 4.3% for the top 10 in here, which is definitely the best results in the past 4 weeks. Then 31 is slightly lower with $3,868 or 3.86%. And then week 32 goes further down here with $3,051 or 3.05%. And then we can see week 33 definitely slacking off with only $2,628 or 2.63%. Overall, if you would have traded those particular 10 results in the past 4 weeks, as you see here, you would have made $13,839 or 13.84%. And that is definitely still up there with some of the best results we have seen in this series. So again, this week, as you can see, we have some good stable results, and that is what the Profit Retriever is all about. That is the stable and the strong results, and we have 4 of the results from past weeks on the screen here, where you can see the top 10 results. For week 32 was 13,000, for week 31 it was 14, and then week 30 was 13, and again week 39 was 11. So overall, you continue to have some very good and stable profits with the Profit Retriever. That's why we love it. It is our favorite EA. It continues to cash in on a very nice basis, and especially when we also use the top 10 Excel, as I've shown you here today. Every single week, you figure out very, very quickly which ones are the ones that are providing the best profits, which ones are the ones that are least in drawdowns. You basically take those and then you go with your live trading with real money here also. That is what we are doing, and that's also what we suggest that you should do in order to get the best out of the EA. Now, don't forget that this is not trading advice. This is not investment advice. This is you and you alone that are responsible for your own trading. We are simply just showing you our results, what we are getting out of it, and hopefully also helping you in understand which currencies are the ones that are currently tracking the best. Where is the best place to start if you want to make up your own settings, because you can see some of the different currency pairs, they have different natures. Some are cashing in a bit less at a time. Other ones are going in drawdown and coming back with a lot of cash. It all depends on what kind of trading strategies you like. But obviously, again, if you are thinking that this is too much for the setups and for the knowledge of the Profit Retriever, you can always use the copy link service with Expert Forex, and you can copy other traders in there, or you can use our copy link service. The links were also part of the Excel that you saw just before. So I hope that I've given you a good insight as to what is actually happening with the Profit Retriever when you are taking a step back, a bigger view of 4 weeks back for all the different signals we are trading. So if you have some good positive results, obviously we would like to hear from you here also. And otherwise, I hope to see you on one of my other videos. Bye-bye.